Alright, welcome back to another tutorial on how to update our wiki. So this is going to be a more universal tutorial. It will work for both Mac, Linux, and Windows computers, and it's going to be mainly using VS Code, so very little actual terminal use. You will only actually use the terminal in VS Code, and the only terminal commands we will be using are the git commands, which should be universal across Mac, Linux, and Windows. So you don't have to access the Windows to Mac terminal cheat sheet. And yeah. So start off by going to the gitlab.igem.org/2024/UCSC page. This is just the original master copy of our wiki files. As you can see, they're authored by Claire, so that's how you can tell they're the original master files. So now what we want to do is fork this. So now this is my origin master copy that I forked. And as you can see, there's a file here that I've added that we'll later try to delete. So go to this code drop-down menu, and then we want to open in your IDE. So it's ideal to have Visual Studio's code already installed on your computer. Before we do this, actually, go to your files, because you just want to create a folder in which you want to work on or work in. So your folder, which name it wiki. Sorry for my obnoxious keyboard. Okay, let's go back here and open in with HTTPS. Open our VS Code. There we go. Let it load. And then it wants us to choose a location of this. So we just created that file. Boom. And open. And as you can see, here are all of the files now. You can see all the HTML files, so you can start working on them and stuff like that. I haven't quite figured out how to use branches on VS Code, but you honestly don't really need to, as long as you're being careful with which you merge and add, all that kind of stuff. And it's pretty easy by just, since you can visually see all the stuff that you're adding. So let's just add a file, test.txt, test123. Let's save that. Okay, and so now to add this file, I added that in wiki. Oh well, that's fun. And then so click this source control, little tab on the left, and now you can see it'll start listing all the changes that you've made. So just hit this little plus to stage your changes. So now we've moved this file into the staged changes. Now commit. Now it should ask you to configure your username and email, and all you have to do that is go into the terminal up here, and it's just as simple as git config -- global user.name, and then your GitLab name, which mine is Yankin, and then git config -- global user.email will be yankin@ucsc.edu. So just make sure you change these based on your own GitLab account. So then press that, and then if you had any problems committing here. Those should be now fixed. And then now what it's asking me to do is just to input a message to keep track of my commits and changes. So added a test file. Okay, and save this, Control S, and press this little check mark here to accept the message. So there we go. And now all we gotta do, press this big blue button, and okay. And wait for this to happen. Now it's gonna pop up here with a prompt for a username and password. So for the username, it's just your GitLab username. And then for your password, it's going to be, you're going to want to go back into your GitLab, go into settings, access tokens, and then create a new access token here. So add new token, this doesn't really matter, expiration date, sometime after the wiki freeze, and make sure this is owner. And then the only ones we should need are read repository and write repository. So let's create an access token there. And then save this somewhere where you can like comfortably access it. I save it very unsecurely on my notepad, so let's do Control C, and then there we go, and then paste that instead of your password. And there we go. And it'll also pop up with this neat thing, would you like Visual Studio Code to periodically run git fetch? Git fetch basically just grabs any updates from the original master copy and updates your origin master copy, so your forked one. So if Claire has accepted any merge requests and has updated the wiki, then if you git fetch, it will update your fork as well. And now, so if we go back to our project, you can see now we have that's worrying. Right, because it is in the wiki. And there we go, we have the test.txt. Forgot I accidentally put it into that folder. Okay, and to delete something, it's basically the same thing. So I really don't like that being there, so we could honestly even try and move it outside. So move, and then let's delete this guy. And just right click, delete, move to trash, and then go back to the source control little tab. And as you can see, we have a few changes. Delete this from the wiki, add this to just the regular directory, and then delete the deletmeplease.txt file. So let's add all of these. There we go. Now we have them in the stage changes, so commit, and then testing, and accept the commit message after you save it, and sync changes. Now it's going to prompt you to log in again, so the username, and then the access token you just created, and boom, that should be it. Now if we reload this, now you can see now test.txt is, we've moved it successfully, and the deletmeplease.txt file is gone. And so now, just if we want to update the final original master copy that Claire has, all you have to do is create a merge request, fill out these all these required boxes, I guess, and then make sure to assign it to Claire, and we can honestly review this later, but that's for the main part. Then just create a main request, create a merge request, and Claire will receive that, and then she'll accept it on her own device. And yeah, I think that should be it. If you guys have any further questions, let me know. I will work on figuring out how to use branches in VS Code, but for now, that is it. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. Have a good one.